Okay, so on number 5, we have another stem and leaf plot. Stem and leaf plot. So in other words, let's make sure we're clear what these numbers are saying. This is the category of the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. So these two numbers right here mean 30, straight on. The 1 right here means 31. The 2 right here means 32. The 4s right here are a bunch of 34s. And the 7s are two 37s. And then finally, we've got the 39. And then there's the next row, etc. So is that making sense what the stem and leaf plot is actually saying? It's a stem and a leaf. These are the stems. They're the big, like the stem of a plant, the beginning of the plant. And these are the leaves. This is the end of the number. Whoop, the end. So there's my graph. Stem and leaf, right? The stem is the beginning of the plant. The leaves are at the ends. So that's what we're doing on number 5, stem and leaf. So the beginning of the numbers, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, the ends of the numbers. And it just organizes the information really quickly. By the way, notice it's basically a bar graph on its side. Do you see that? Let me point that out more clearly here. Let me do my best to show that if I can. Do you see that? Oops. There. See how that's a sideways bar graph, basically? A stem and leaf display is basically like a bar graph on its side. It shows you right away, you know, there's more 40s than anything else, aren't there? Followed by 30s, 50s, and 60s. Anyway, so let's get to their actual question. What's their question? How many data values are in the data set? Well, you just got to count them up. We just got to count them all up. So let's, it's a little tedious, but that's what we got to do. So what are the values? So I'm just going to count them here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 numbers, 10 numbers, not writing this very well, 10 numbers in the 30s, huh? And then the next row, what do we got here? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like 14 numbers in the 40s. Next, we've got, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers in the 50s. And the last category, 3 numbers in the 60s. Okay, so how many data values are in this data set? Well, you just got to add all those up. So I don't know, whatever that comes out to be. 24, 29, is it 32 total numbers? I did it right. 24, 29, 30, yeah, 32. So 32 total data values. Next question, what is the minimum value in the last class? So careful, it's the last class. So the last class is the 60s. And they want the minimum 6, so that'd be 63, wouldn't it? It's the lowest number in the last class. And then next question, what is the frequency of the modal class? Yeah, I haven't used that word with you before. The modal class is mode means the class that has the most numbers. So which class, so modal class means the class that has the most numbers. So what is that? That's the 40s, isn't it? See how the 40s is the class? That's the modal class. It has the most numbers. So in the modal class, what's the frequency? Meaning how many 40s? 14. So frequency means how frequently are the numbers in the 40s? 14. That's the modal class. That's the class with the most numbers. And there's 14 of them. And then their last question, how many of the original values are greater than 50? Greater than 50. So careful, it says greater than 50. So it's going to be all of these, not the 50 itself, because that's not greater than 50, but the 51, the 53, the 56, the 59, and not just them, but the 63, the 64, and the 60. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So seven numbers are greater than 50. Does that make sense how I did that? So they're just showing us how a stem and leaf display, plot, graph is helpful, useful. It's like a bar graph on its side. You can quickly, easily get a lot of information about the data from it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So greater than 50, all these scores are higher than 50. 7 scores higher than 50. There we go.